guys, so what we're going to do real quick is we're going to go into our next tutorial, and that's going to be how to draw a heavy face shape. So if someone were to come up and ask you, hey man, how do I draw a person, hold on a minute, that has a head shape kind of sort of like the one you see in the reference we have on our screen, okay? So it's really easy. So for this exercise, guys, what I want you to do is I want you to get 2 pieces of equipment, or 3 pieces. You're going to need a piece of paper, obviously, to draw on. Now you're going to need a Crayola. These don't cost that much. You can get them at any dollar store, Walmart, Target, wherever you like to do your shopping at. They're not that expensive, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to teach you about the theory of head shape, okay? Now, for this exercise, I brought along my little guy right here. Now this is a balloon basically with a face on it, okay? I want you to pay attention to kind of what's going to be happening here. When you draw a caricature, you want to think about it like this. You want to think about it like if I had a face in my hand like I do, and I squeeze this face here, well, what happens to the top of the balloon? You can see that the top of the balloon gets bigger, okay? If I squeeze it here, then the bottom of the face gets bigger, kind of like you see what's happening in the picture, okay? Well, you have to be thinking about this when you're drawing your picture. When you draw, if I squeeze it in the middle here, what happens? Well, then the weight goes to the top and the bottom, and then your features in the middle change. So let's apply that to caricature, okay? So let's put him to the side. I'm gonna draw, picture that balloon once again, but I'm gonna draw it with the bottom shape like so. 1, look. 2, this is the bottom of the balloon. Now I'm gonna squeeze the top of the balloon. You see? And add hair onto it. Do you understand what I just did? You see? So now we can put our ear here. Okay.
What we do here is go back.
And then we'll do something like this. Okay? You see what I did? I squeezed it here. And I put all the weight at the bottom of the face. Okay? Now what I'm going to do here is on the outside, I can just add the hair or whatever have you. Hey, what's going on, Domlo? Glad to have you at the stream. We're doing our tutorial on how to draw heavy faces, okay? So we just picked up a heavy face here. We just picked a person off the internet that had kind of a round face, and now what we're going to do is we're just kind of showing you if someone sits down in front of you with this face, well, how would you draw that face? So you can see here, all we have to do now is we can use our center line, and this is, I don't use these when I'm drawing, but for you guys, since I'm showing you, I want you to understand what's going on here. So this will kind of be like the center line of the face now. You see? And then this is going to be kind of where your features are going to be. So it's going to be up here. You see? So now if I draw like this, let me show you. I can draw the eyebrows here. 1. Okay. 2. See that? And then I can go here and I can put the nose. 1. Real simple. Okay. Real simple. And in here, you would just add your hair or whatever have you. Okay. So this, guys, would be how you approach drawing someone with a heavy face, just like so. So we have actually a couple of models we're gonna do. This is model number 1. Once again, we went with the general shape of the face first. The bottom half, we squeezed it like we squeezed the balloon. Remember, when you squeeze this is our face. You squeeze it, what happens? All the weight is distributed to the bottom of the face. You squeeze the bottom, what happens? All the weight's distributed to the top of the face. You see what I'm saying? So that's up to you as the caricaturist, which way you want to cartoon your face, okay? So this is, once again, guys, caricature or face number 1. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to face number 2. And I put up another face here on the screen. I had a request where someone asked me, well, if I'm drawing a picture and it's of a female, and let's just say she has a little bit of weight on her face, or she's kind of bigger, how do I draw that person without insulting her? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you guys how you would draw a caricature of someone that has a little bit more fullness to their figure, and you can see it in their face without being insulting to them. Okay, so it's really easy. What we're going to do first of all is I'm going to give you a little bit of cartoon theory. So for this, I brought along my little balloon here. Okay, and on the balloon you'll see I drew a face, and I'm going to show you kind of how it works. It's really simple. All right, so let's just say you were drawing a person. Anytime when you're as a caricaturist, what you're doing is you're saying, how am I going to caricature this person's face? These features, realize, never really change that much. What changes is, number 1, the head shape. And when the head shape changes, obviously these shapes get bigger or smaller based on where you decide you want to put the emphasis on your picture. So let me give you an example. Let's squeeze this balloon at the bottom. Hopefully it doesn't bust here. Okay, well, what's happening here when I squeeze it is you can see all of the weight left from the bottom of the balloon and has been distributed to the top of the balloon, making it appear that his head is bigger up here. Now, if I do the same thing, if I squeeze this, what happens here is that now, and I'm trying to do it without it busting, is you can see that all the weight has now been distributed from here to the bottom of the face, okay? So what you want to do is you want to decide which way you want to squeeze the balloon first before you start drawing. Got it? But you can't, you got to squeeze the balloon in your mind. So squeeze the balloon. Okay, so let me show you how that works in real life. All right, so for this exercise, guys, I'm going to need you to get out a couple of pieces of paper, maybe just a piece of paper here. I generally draw with Crayola markers, so you don't have to go get an expensive marker to be able to be a caricature artist. All you have to do is get you, like I said, a gray marker or a black marker, and then you can go to town from there. Okay, so now let's go ahead, and we have our model on the screen. Let me see if I can get that little thing to erase from there we go, off the top of the screen. Now, how would we draw her face? All right, what I would do is I would draw the bottom shape of her face like so. Okay. I'm gonna put her neck here, and then look what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna okay. So you see what I did? I squeezed the balloon at the top, and I made it wider at the bottom, but just don't go crazy. In other words, don't draw the balloon way out here because she's gonna be pissed off at you. So moderately bring it out just a little bit here so that her face has that heart kind of shape to it at the bottom, all right? And then what we'll do here, look what remember the top of the head is small here, so when you draw the top part of her hairdo, well, you want to make it mirror the smallness of the top of the head. You see what I did? So now, you see what I've done? I made it just like that. Okay, now over here, I'm going to do the same thing. See how I did it? And we can just put her earrings there. Bam. And bam. Okay? Maybe put a couple of expression lines or direction lines for the hair. And if you need to add a couple more hairs here, you can. It's no big deal. But you can see that this picture already looks like her face shape without us doing a whole lot. Now, we're going to go ahead and fit the features in for you, okay? Now, features is going to be a whole different video, but I know you guys want to probably just see me draw the rest of the picture. So remember, when you're drawing the heavier face shape or a rounder face shape, decide where you want to squeeze the balloon from. I recommend when you're doing it to squeeze the balloon from the top and not the bottom, okay? But when you squeeze it in your head, just remember, don't go crazy. Don't go crazy. Repeat, do not go crazy. That's how you keep from insulting people when you draw them. All right, so now let me turn my paper to the side here. Well, how I like to approach the face is I generally start from the top to the bottom, left to right, okay? So let's go ahead and draw the eyebrows here. So we'll go one eyebrow, one, and then we'll go two eyebrows, and we'll make them nice and glamorous for her, okay? See that? One and two, okay? Real easy. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna approach the eyes. Generally, what I do is I use an anchor technique, pretty much. I see where the eye begins and ends, and then I just kind of keep them lined up, really. It's real simple. So I'll go here, one, two, see? One, two, real simple, okay? And then we can do something like this, one, two, and then we'll add the eyes in there. Just like that, okay? And you can add some eyelashes and all. That's, you know, I like to go heavy on the eyelashes, especially with the girls. Okay. Now I'll go ahead and I'll draw the nose here. So I'll go ahead and I'll draw the anchor point, which would be the bottom of the ball of the nose. Okay. Just like so. Okay. And now we'll go ahead and we'll draw the mouth. So I just want to start in the middle here, okay, and then I'll anchor it. I anchored it here, and then I want my mouth to come out about right here and right here, okay. Once you have that anchor point, it's easy to just draw from the outside, add the middle shape, add a lip, and then here you add your top lip. And now we'll draw a general shape. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll put the teeth in there. Okay. So pretty much, guys, if I was drawing her face, she sat in front of me, this would be my cartoon of her. Okay? It's real simple, real easy to do. What you have to do is, at all times is remember the balloon. Decide where you want to squeeze your balloon, and then the rest of the shape is going to go or kind of just flow with it, okay? It's just going to flow with it. Okay. And now at the end, I just usually do a little bit of shading, so I'll just do that real quick. You guys, this is not really the pertinent part of the tutorial, so just let me do this real quick so we can go to the next thing. And I just usually add a little bit of dimension, you know, just to kind of liven it up a little bit. Okay. And then, you know, you can do your hair or whatever have you, okay? So basically, guys, that's how you draw heavy face shapes or rounder face shapes without being insulting to the person that you're drawing, okay? Remember, don't squeeze the balloon too much where all of the weight just comes out at the bottom of the face. You want to kind of keep it, you know. And basically, most faces are going to be shaped kind of like this balloon is anyway when you do it that way. For adults, you're going to use a shape kind of like this. And then for kids, most of the weight is distributed to the top of the head more like this. So that person looks younger because younger people have smaller jawbones. Okay, so go ahead and sign my work real quick. All right, and that's a picture of her. Put some, you know, let's do this right here. There we go. awesome.